Hey guys, it's Allison. Today I'm going to be doing a video that you may love or hate depending on the word and the subject of school, but I'm going to give you guys my best tips and organization tips for when it comes to studying for tests and just school in general, because I know April and May are the most stressful months, I feel like, of the school year, and what better way to get through it is by having some really great organization and really good study tips. So that is what I'm doing for you guys today. Thumbs up if you guys liked it, and if you guys want more tips like how to do well in school, because I could totally do that video for you guys. And also, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. I'll be floating over here. You'll be notified every time I upload a video, which is every Friday if you haven't just to know that. And also, I hope you guys enjoy, and we can just get into my study and organization tips. The first tip is to stay as organized as possible, whether that means you're going to be using your planner and writing down important dates, or really big tests that are coming up, or just, you know, your homework assignments. Do that if that works for you. That definitely works for me. Writing things down for me helps a lot, so utilize your planner, or if you use like your calendar app on your phone or your laptop, wherever that may be, you can do that as well. The second tip is to use this really cool app. It's called Grammarly. I'll have it typed up over here, and I'll leave it in the description box down below. I love it so much because it proofreads whatever you're typing on the computer, because I have it actually installed on my computer. So when you're writing papers, when you're typing an essay, it's really helpful because it lets you know of you know, put your comma in the wrong place, or you misspelled something. It really helps you guys out, and it helps me out. And I heard it from someone, I forgot who. I was watching a video on YouTube, and they were talking about this app or this website. I don't know if you call it an app or a website. A website, and it proofreads your papers, and it's so nice because you don't have to have someone else proofread it for you. I mean, I think it would be recommended if you have someone else check it, you know, double check that it picked up any of the mistakes that you made on Grammarly. But I think it's really cool because you don't have to rely on someone else to read your paper. Third tip is if you have the time, to space out your studying, because I know studying is something that not everyone wants to do, and it's the most boring thing ever, trust me. But I feel the best way to do really well on tests is to space them out. So because you have so many tests coming up, I recommend 15 to 30 minutes of studying for, you know, whatever test that you have coming up, because I know that I learned this in my psychology class, okay, but it's called a spacing effect. So you just have to space out how much you study, because if you study all in one night, that's not helpful at all, and you tend to get stressed out and you forget pretty much most of what you studied the next day. So spacing them out and then reviewing whatever you learned the day before, the next day, and then so on. So before the, you know, the day of your test, you can just quickly go over anything that you learned the last couple of days, and then you can just be prepared. Number 4 is my holy grail, and I feel like I've never shared this with you guys, but it's super helpful, let me tell you. Okay, so I don't know if it's an organizational or study tip, but it's a really great just tip in general. Okay, so for me, I get really bored reading books that I have to read at school that's not really that interesting, and it makes you fall asleep. So right now I'm reading this book called Slaughterhouse-Five, and it's old, and it's, you know, it's, I don't know, so far as far I'm getting, I'm just okay, you know, whatever, it's not something super exciting, but I have a really great way. So, you know, there's audiobooks online on YouTube. I search this up all the time. Whatever book you have, I just search up. So I put Slaughterhouse-Five in the YouTube search, and a bunch of different audiobooks pop up, and this is why I love YouTube. I love you, YouTube. You just click on it, you just put your headphones in, and then just listen to the book, and someone's gonna be reading it to you. So you don't have to pay any money, and it's the best thing ever, because I'm still gonna be reading the book, but I'll have something to listen to. Tip number 5 is to prioritize your time. So I do this all the time, where I tend to start a project. If a teacher assigns it that day, I tend to start it that night, and then it's probably not due until like the end of the week. So usually I just start it right then and there, and then the rest of the week I can just work and focus on other subjects or other classes that I have, and then the night before I might just like turn it in or like look over it and then make sure everything's good, and then turn it in the next day, and I'll be golden. I don't have to stress about it, because just leaving it the night before is just so stressful, and I don't recommend it at all. And it sucks because it's just so much more stressful than having to do it, you know, when the teacher assigned it, you know, and then you have that whole week to, you know, focus on it, or you can work on other assignments or other classes that you have. So I recommend that. Tip number 6 is to block any distractions that you have. I know this is really hard, but I like to just like put my phone away wherever it is. Like sometimes my friends get mad at me if I don't respond, and I'm like, well, I'm doing my homework. So like my desk is right here, so I'm like if you see me, I'm on my bed right now while I'm filming this, and I have my desk here. I put my phone where my dresser is, and you know, I pretty much don't look at it until like maybe when I take breaks, which isn't that often, because usually I like to get everything done right then and there. So yeah, I'm like on my computer, and you know, sometimes I do, you know, go on YouTube sometimes, and I get distracted and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I realize 30 minutes later I was supposed to do something else. But you know, that's not all the time, but usually it's just people texting me all the time, so I'm always like, I can't be tempted, so I just put my phone on the other side of the room and I don't look at it, because I know that's really distracting. So get rid of any distractions for me. Tip number 7 is to do your homework right then and there. So like for me, I don't really have a lot of things going on after school, but I usually just come home and then I like, you know, get into pajamas, comfy clothes, kind of get everything together, unpack my, you know, backpack and stuff, and I like to eat a little bit, and then I just really just start doing my homework. I don't leave like an hour and then, you know, start my homework. It just works for me, because after, if you know, within that hour I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna want to do any homework after that hour. I'm gonna be like, I don't want to do any homework. So I recommend just doing your homework right then and there. Tip number 8 is to color code your notes. Type my notes out like right then and there, and then after I print it out, I usually like to use a highlighter. So I have like, I think of a green, yellow, pink, and blue, and I do like pink is for, you know, vocab words. I think blue I do for like famous people, and then yellow I think I do like, because I take notes for my psychology class, so I like to like do any like any examples that I like type out. I do that because I feel like it really helps me out. And then I think I do green is like for important things, like important, like really like main ideas of like of each paragraph. I like to just highlight it to kind of, you know, stand out. So yeah, I just have a color coding system. It really helps you out, because especially when I print out my notes, it's all like black and the same color, and everything's just like a jumble of words. I feel like when you use a bunch of different colors, you know, different things. Tip number 9 is to save everything that you have. And the best part about this is I actually have like a box where I just keep a bunch of different papers from like the beginning of the year, and I think I still have papers from like last year, sophomore year, but I just keep a bunch of my papers because I never know if I'm, you know, gonna need it. But if it's like really important, like every unit, I like to just put, after the unit's done, I put it in a box, or after each semester I just put, you know, a bunch of different papers in a box. And then, you know, when it comes to, you know, studying for AP tests or final exams, I, you know, look through the box and I'm like, okay, what do I need to study for, you know, this, you know, class? And that really helps you out. Tip number 10 is to make sure to organize anything that you organize your binders, or wherever you keep all of your papers, or your backpack, anything that you need that might get messy throughout, you know, the weeks in school. It's really helpful to just clean them out. Like I clean my backpack out like once a week, because sometimes it gets cluttered with like a bunch of different things, you know, papers I had to throw in because, you know, the bell rang and I have to go out the door. Those are all of my tips. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to give a bunch of, you know, organization, but also really great study tips to help you guys just to kind of conquer the next couple of months, because I know it's super stressful. I mean, I feel like I'm sane right now, but like, in reality I feel like I have so many things happening in my mind. I'm just like, So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up again if you guys liked it, and also hopefully let me know in the comments below any tips that you guys learned from this video, because I really want to know. And also hopefully you guys liked it, and also subscribe if you're new. I'll have my profile over here, and then also watch my latest videos. They'll be floating over here, and I'll talk to you guys the next time. Have an awesome day, and also happy studying, guys, and I hope you guys stay motivated because you can get through this, I swear. So yeah, have an awesome day.